Hello friends and gamers, so this is a short little correction video in regards to the Italian attack against British or Polish held Lubelski. So I made a mistake in this video where the fighter could not reach this position because at the time this airfield in northern Italy was still damaged, so it wouldn't be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, it just wouldn't be able to land. So this fighter cannot participate in that fight. So it's going to come back to eastern Poland. Now I did ask if I could still go ahead with the attack, but instead pull this guy from Western Ukraine into the fight. And that's been a couple hours ago with no response. So I'm going to just go ahead and do it as is because it is late game and, well, we don't want to push the grace of other people too much. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that personally I like a kind of a casual game, but other people might be a little bit more serious in this regards. And, well, and I don't blame them at all. It's a pretty tight game as it is right now. There's also my kids in the room, so there might be some background noise occurring as they try to play with me and catch my attention occasionally. All right, so this battle played out in a specific way, and so let's go over the battle board and have a look at the situation. It wasn't until round 3 that any of my units scored a hit, but my fighter scored a hit on the first round. So that means that the British militia gets 1 round of combat, well, 2 rounds of combat effectively before anything happens. So you'll kind of get where I'm going with this, but we have to go for round 2. They rolled for round 1, the militia, and now we're rolling them for round 2. So we're going to roll for this dead militia that's no longer dead on round 2 and see what the result is. It's a 6. So far things remain unchanged in round 2, and there's still 2 militia going into round 3. Now we rolled for our dudes here, our 3 infantry, and one of our infantry scored a hit, so we know for a fact one of these militia is going to be dead. But that also means that we need to roll for the other one. Well, we rolled for 1. The other one needs to roll as well, so we'll see if this gives us any changes. And this is a success, so well done them. So out of that round, there's 1 on either side. And now we go into round 3, make that round 4, in which both parties get to roll this one out. Yeah, both parties roll out in round 4. So we'll start with our 2 infantry attacking. We're rolling at 2, so we still have the slight edge in regards to units scoring hits, but no cigar there, a 4 and a 12. And now the enemy gets to roll as well. Maybe next time I'm going to roll a green for the enemy and see what their results are. They rolled a 4, so it misses on their end. Okay, now we push on to round 5. And we'll roll them all collectively. Let's see. No good on all parties. So now we move on to round 6. Oops. So again, it could go any which way, but right now I think the Italians, due to their sheer amount of troops, still have the advantage. We move on to round 7. No changes on the previous round. Everybody missed. It's a pretty slight chance of missing. If memory serves, it's an 8.3% chance per roll that something will happen. So if that's correct, I think that number is roughly correct. I could be a little bit off, but it might be the nothing. All right, now we're going into round 9 with no changes just yet. Round 9. I hear my wife just came home. So we did manage to score a hit with one of our infantry, and they didn't. So we managed to wipe out that militia. Now the big changes on the map is effectively we have 1 less infantry. But apart from that, everything is the same. The same amount of units participated. Oops, why did I do that wrong one? The only change is that this fighter did not move in combat round, but moved in non-combat to this position, if that's acceptable to all parties concerned. I might still, if people are okay with that, recorrect this since it didn't participate and see if my opponents allow me to park it somewhere else. But I think at the end of the day, they're going to probably say we should keep it as is, and that would be probably the smart move right now anyways, just to keep things simple as is. All right, so the changes are slight. The Italians still capture Lubelski. They only have 1 less infantry at the end of the day. Thank you all for watching. Cheers.